Once you've established a strategy and are ready to begin email marketing, you're going to want to ensure you optimize all your email campaigns as much as possible to maximize your ROI. The first step is getting people to open your emails, and that starts with the subject line. Subject lines are absolutely critical. They're basically the bottleneck of all your email marketing success. You need to convince people whose inboxes are full of promotional emails that yours is worth opening. And you've only got around 70 characters to do it. And now, by the way, that's not a hard limit. It just happens to be the case that most people don't go past 70 characters. The other thing to consider is that a lot of people view their email on tablets and phones, so the visible characters are even fewer in those cases. Now, there's several different styles of subject lines to use. We'll discuss a handful of popular ones here. First, there's the benefit subject line. This is where your subject line clearly states a benefit like, drive more traffic and boost conversions. Then there's the opposite style, the pain subject line. This is where your subject line reminds subscribers of their problems. For example, does WordPress make you pull your hair out? That might be a great one if you're pitching a drag-and-drop web builder. The story subject line is another useful one, and literally involves a line from a story designed to get the reader to want to open your email, so they can hear the rest of it. For example, so I was walking my dog the other day, and suddenly, ... or something like that. Then there's the blind subject line, which means hinting at something compelling, but not revealing what it is, and letting the mysteriousness draw people in. This could be something as vague as, insane, you won't believe this. After that, there's the shock subject line, which mentions one noteworthy or shocking detail like, the president invited these affiliate marketers to the White House, seriously. And finally, there's the scarcity approach, which makes a person fearful of losing out, such as, warning, discount ends in 30 minutes, don't pay full price tomorrow. Now let's talk about timing. The timing of your emails can be incredibly important to open rates. Contrary to popular belief, there are no secret, perfect times to send emails that a group of gurus somewhere knows about but keeps to themselves. As cliché as the phrase, it depends may sound, it truly and genuinely does depend on your list. Where are they? Is the email one that you can expect them to open at work? In other words, is it a business-to-consumer email, or if you're doing B2B sales, are they a business owner or head of a relevant office who can and will open your email anytime during the workday? Is this a business-to-consumer relationship? Then your email would not be considered work email, and therefore you might want to email either early in the morning, during lunch, or in the evening after the workday. Same goes for days of the week. Are you targeting retail shoppers? Then the end of the week, Thursday or Friday, might be the right time to announce a major weekend sale. At the end of the day, you'll need to pay close attention to what times seem to produce the best results for your list, and adjust accordingly. This will require some testing and analysis on your part. Now let's talk about personalization. Personalization can be incredibly effective in email marketing. It can be used in both subject lines and email bodies. In the case of subject lines, the use of a person's name has been shown to boost open rates by around 30%. Personalization can also obviously be used in the body of your message, and particularly when used in the salutation, can help encourage your readers to keep on reading further. Personalization doesn't have to stop at a person's name, however. Any data you collect via an opt-in form, including location, age, gender, birthdays, relationship status, and so on, can be utilized to personalize an email. Now let's move on to body styles. There are 1,001 ways to write your message body. The styles we'll discuss here happen to mirror the subject line styles we discussed earlier. There's the story approach, in which you engage your readers and keep them reading to see how it ends. There's the shock style, which introduces one shocking factor and entices the reader to click to find out more. The blind style is similar in that it claims something compelling, but it doesn't need to be shocking per se. And it also tends to not reveal any significant factors, except for results, causing the reader to want to learn the tool or solution that led to those results. The fear and scarcity style bodies tend to be short and sweet, emphasizing the "you're about to miss out" message. Finally, there are the full, long-form pre-sell style message bodies. This is where you're simply doing the necessary selling of a product idea before the reader even clicks the link to the offer. In this style, you typically touch on all the standard sales techniques, especially pain, problem, solution, benefit, call to action, and so on. Finally, let's move on to click-through rate optimization. There are several tactics that can be used to optimize your CTR. The first has to do with link placement. Placing your link in a few different parts of your email body, such as between paragraphs, at the end, and again in the PS, can be very useful. However, depending on your audience, it might come off as overly aggressive, and too many links may even trigger some spam filters. So always proceed with caution, test, and analyze your results to see if that third or fourth hyperlink corresponded to a higher unsubscribe or bounce rate. Other useful elements that can help are hyperlinked images, GIFs, and video-looking images with play buttons on top of them. Make sure there's really a video on the other end, obviously. Also, actual visual CTA buttons rather than just textual links might boost your CTR as well. And finally, countdown timers that can actually be embedded inside of your emails have become recently popular as well. So, as we've seen, there are countless factors that can affect your open rates and your CTR. The effect of each of these is completely dependent on your audience, and it's critical to understand that many of the tactics that sound like a great idea and might work well with one audience can actually harm your performance in some cases. So the key is to constantly be testing and analyzing. Specifically, make sure to test and analyze these things in isolation, not all at once, so you know what thing caused which effect. Once you've got some optimized email campaigns going, you'll need to ensure you're properly managing your email list, and that's what we'll cover next.